In a galaxy far, far away, Oval Office night. An alternate reality. The opulent yet distinctly alien Oval Office hums with a low, almost imperceptible energy. Ornate star chart tapestries adorn the walls, depicting constellations unknown to Earth. A holographic display flickers silently in the corner, projecting a detailed three-dimensional topographical map of a bustling, futuristic city. This is not Minneapolis as we know it, but a vibrant, multi-species metropolis on a distant, unnamed world. Its towering spires and glowing thoroughfares indicating a blend of advanced technology and diverse cultures. The air is crisp, carrying a faint scent of synthetic ozone and exotic spices. President Trump, looking surprisingly composed in a tailored dark blue suit that shimmers faintly under the ambient light, gestures towards the holographic map. He leans back in a plush, high-backed chair, its material mimicking the feel of an ancient, luxurious leather, but with an otherworldly sheen. Across from him, Governor Waltz stands, attentive and professional. His uniform is sleek, functional, and devoid of excessive ornamentation, suggesting efficiency and readiness. He holds a data slate, its surface glowing with various projections and analyses.
Mike, we're launching a major immigration enforcement sweep in Minneapolis. Federal teams will be on the ground soon. This isn't just about numbers, it's about sending a clear message. We've seen too much laxity, too many individuals operating outside the established protocols of this star system.
Mr. President, enforcement is one thing, optics and public reaction are another. This isn't a backwater outpost. Minneapolis is a nexus, a melting pot of cultures and species. Its citizens are passionate. If heavily armed federal agents, particularly those from agencies with a reputation for direct miss, suddenly appear in large numbers clad in their standard tactical gear, it could spark fear and resistance before a single arrest is made. We need a model that keeps the temperature down while still getting the job done. A delicate touch, if you will, for a city that prides itself on its unique blend of autonomy and integration.
Agreed. We enforce the law, but we do it smart. We don't want a riot, Mike. We want compliance. We want order. What are you thinking? How do we thread this needle without looking weak? Because I can tell you, looking weak is not an option. Not now, not ever.
My proposal hinges on two core principles: role separation and restraint. For the federal agents, specifically those from ICE and DHS, we implement a strictly non-lethal use of force policy. Their equipment will be limited to tasers, sonic disruptors calibrated for incapacitation, and close-range restraint tools. Nothing designed for lethal force. No plasma rifles, no energy bolts, no heavy-duty stun grenades that can be misconstrued as aggressive. Their mandate is clear: secure, identify, process.
So the federal teams aren't the ones handling deadly threats. We send them in, and if they encounter an armed, hostile individual, they're, what, supposed to ask politely for them to surrender? That sounds like a recipe for federal agents getting hurt, Mike. We protect our people, always.
Correct, Mr. President. Any lethal threat response is the responsibility of the accompanying Minneapolis officers. That's where the role separation becomes critical. The local police force, with their intimate knowledge of the city's unique demographics and their established protocols for engaging armed individuals, will be the first line of defense. This keeps federal agents in a custody role, a legal enforcement role, not a combat role. It shifts the perception from an invading force to a joint operation.
I like the clarity. That also sends a message: we're not occupying the city, we're working with it. We're not martial law, we're partnership. That's a strong message, especially for a place like Minneapolis. They value their independence. So the local boys and girls are the muscle.
Exactly. Minneapolis officers make first contact. They assess the threat level and, if necessary, neutralize any danger before federal agents step in to carry out the federal arrest. This maintains local authority and trust. It empowers their officers rather than sidelining them. We're leveraging their expertise, their local legitimacy. Imagine the difference: a local officer familiar to the community making the initial approach versus a federal agent in full tactical gear whose presence might immediately escalate tension.
So the local law enforcement is the protective shield. Federal agents focus on the legal side: identification, processing, custody. It's like a surgical team. The local officers are the surgeons clearing the way, and the federal agents are the administrative specialists, ensuring the paperwork is done right.
An apt analogy, Mr. President, and we scale the number of local officers to the potential risk involved. A low-risk workplace compliance situation, perhaps an audit at a small family-run stellar diner suspected of employing undocumented individuals, might only need one local officer present, perhaps two. But if intelligence suggests a higher chance of violence or weapons, say an individual with known ties to intergalactic smuggling rings or a history of resisting arrest, we assign additional local officers for protection. We don't over-deploy, we deploy intelligently. It's about precision, not overwhelming force.
That keeps the focus on safety and control, not intimidation. We don't want to look like we're cracking down on every law-abiding citizen. We're targeting specific individuals, specific violations. This helps us avoid collateral damage, avoids alienating the very people we're trying to protect.
Precisely, and it keeps decisions grounded in risk, not assumptions or blanket protocols. Smaller federal teams, 4 to 6 agents, working alongside local police is far less likely to trigger panic or a sense of siege than large tactical formations descending from orbital dropships. The visual impact is entirely different. One looks like a collaborative effort, the other looks like an invasion. We want the former. We want the public to see cooperation, not confrontation. This minimizes the chance of spontaneous protests, which can quickly spiral out of control.
Good. I want this seen as disciplined law enforcement, not a show of force, a scalpel, not a sledgehammer. And it needs to be effective. We can't just be seen to be doing something, we have to achieve something. Are these smaller teams still capable of handling the workload?
Absolutely, Mr. President. The smaller federal teams will be highly specialized. Their training will focus intensely on rapid identification, secure detainment using non-lethal methods, and efficient processing. We'll have mobile processing units, essentially compact, secure data pods on standby for immediate intake, reducing the need to transport individuals across the city under potentially contentious circumstances. Each team will have a designated legal liaison, ensuring all procedures adhere to galactic statutes and local ordinances. This efficiency, combined with the local officers managing the initial contact and threat assessment, makes them exceptionally effective without needing overwhelming numbers. We're maximizing output per agent, rather than simply increasing agent count.
Okay, so communication is going to be paramount. If the local police aren't briefed properly, if they don't understand their role, or if they feel like they're being used, this whole thing falls apart. They need to feel like partners, not subordinates.
Then coordination is absolutely key. With your authorization, I'll personally make sure Minneapolis and state law enforcement leadership are not only aligned, but fully invested and prepared to partner under this structure. We'll hold extensive joint training exercises, simulation drills that run through various scenarios, from peaceful detentions to high-risk encounters. We'll establish clear communication channels, including secure, real-time data feeds between federal and local command centers. This isn't just a verbal agreement, it will be a fully integrated operational framework with shared intelligence and unified command protocols. Their input will be valued, their concerns addressed proactively. We want them to feel like they are co-authors of this plan, not just recipients of orders.
Do that. I'll have DHS and ICE leadership work directly with your office so the federal side mirrors this framework. They need to understand the nuances. No cowboys, no rogue agents operating outside the playbook. This isn't a free-for-all. Every federal agent needs to understand their precise role, their limitations, and their reliance on the local authorities. The chain of command for this operation needs to be crystal clear, from the lowest-ranking agent on the ground to the highest-ranking official in orbit.
That preparation is what prevents tragedy later, Mr. President. A single misstep, a single overzealous action by a federal agent could ignite widespread unrest and undermine the entire operation, not to mention the public trust. We've seen how quickly such incidents can escalate, even in a galaxy far, far away. We need to be proactive in mitigating those risks. We'll implement a no-tolerance policy for deviations from the agreed-upon use of force protocols for federal personnel. Any breach will result in immediate removal from the operation and disciplinary review.
Exactly. We enforce the law, protect the public, and protect the officers without lighting a fuse we don't need. And we need to control the narrative. How do we ensure the media, the local news, the intergalactic data streams report this accurately? We don't want sensationalism.
That's another critical component. We will establish a joint federal-local public information office. All official statements will be coordinated and released through this single, unified channel. We'll provide clear, factual briefings to accredited journalists, emphasizing the collaborative nature of the operation, the non-lethal protocols for federal agents, and the commitment to public safety. We'll also prepare pre-approved statements and FAQs for officers on the ground, so they can provide consistent and accurate information if approached by the public. Transparency, within the bounds of operational security, will be our watchword. We want to proactively shape the message, not react to misinformation.
Good. Very good, Mike. This sounds like a solid plan. It's smart, it's strategic, and it protects our people while still getting the job done. I want daily updates, and I want this rolled out with precision. No surprises, no failures.
Consider it done, Mr. President. We will ensure every aspect of this operation is meticulously planned and flawlessly executed. The goal is not just successful arrests, but a successful demonstration of responsible, cooperative law enforcement, even in the most sensitive environments.
Responsible, cooperative, and strong. Don't forget strong, Mike. The galaxy needs to know we mean business.
Understood, Mr. President. Strength through discipline and intelligence.
That's the one. Now let's make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Waltz turns, data slate still active, and exits the Oval Office, leaving Trump to contemplate the holographic map of Minneapolis, a city on a distant world, about to experience a new kind of enforcement.